Hey traders, in today's video we are going to discuss about one important topic over here. So the question here is losing trade necessarily a bad trade? This is also one of the most important topic that has been discussed in the internet. Before I start, let me show you one of the trades that I took recently on the gold market. So as you can see, here is my position of the gold market that I entered a short on that day. So you can see this is my key level over here, and then as long as the price break past this key level over here, which is a breakout trade, I entered right away at this price level and it went down. But then the price went up before hitting my stop loss. It's a one-to-one trade over here. If I were to make one simple conclusion based on this losing trade, I have to see how good I followed my trading game plan. If it's a trade aligned with my trading criteria, that means it is still a good trade, and I will take the similar setups again and again for the next time. So my conclusion here is I make this trade based on my trading game plan, so there is totally nothing wrong with this trade. Even though it went down at first, but I still follow my game plan in this trade. So over here you might say that I should have BE or I should have entered a buy over here. Now bear in mind that the trading methods are different from person to person. You might see a sell at a particular level while I am looking for a buy at the same level that you are looking at. A trade can only happen when there are two idiots looking at each other saying that you are wrong. So no matter which direction that you are trading, there is always people trading against your direction. Whether you enter a buy, whether you enter a sell, there will be people trading oppositely. Here is the second point over here. Trading the right direction doesn't prove your profitability, but your effectiveness of your trading game plan does. We make trading decisions based on our trading game plan, and each of us have different game plan. That is totally fine. Now let's go back to our main topic over here. Is a losing trade necessarily a bad trade? Well, my answer to this question is a loss isn't necessarily a bad trade. What makes a loss acceptable is whether you execute a trade based on your game plan or not. If you use the right strategy, if you follow the right game plan, if you risk the right risk management, and everything aligned with your trading criteria, it is still a good trade, even if it ended with a loss. Don't be so quick to remove all of your confirmations just because of one losing trade. I know that there are a lot of people who like to remove the confirmation they see just because of that one losing trade in their. This will also cause another problem. I will talk about it later. So if it's a good trade, you should be executing over and over again, non-stop. Now, another question that I want to ask to those saying that losing trade is a bad trade. Do you think it is impossible to not lose in trading? It sounds impossible, right? If you don't allow your own trading system to include the loss, do you think it is realistic? No, it is not realistic. It is so impossible for that to happen. You need to understand that the market is a probability game. You can never escape from that fact. Trying to eliminate every factor that caused the loss will also remove the factors contributing to your wins. This would weaken your system. If a trade meets your trading criteria, what you should do is you should execute it over time and consistently, even if it ended with a loss for 2 or 3 times. That is why I have been saying this for so many times. You will still have the periods of having losing streaks in your trading journey, no matter how good your strategy is. If your strategy is well tested and you have a complete mechanical system, why would you think that there are bad trades just because of you losing money? I have seen a lot of these traders who have this one problem, who likes to explain when they are winning and losing. But of course, they don't usually explain that much when it comes to a winning trade. But the second when the losing trade comes, they start to explain every single characteristic they see from the market to consider this as a bad trade. But in fact, you know that you follow your game plan. You know what? Constantly trying to rationalize every loss to make yourself feel better isn't the right thing to do as a trader. Profits and losses, they come from the same side. In Chinese, we call it 盈亏同源. Instead of obsessing over individual outcomes, what you should focus is whether your system has a positive expectancy over time. Relying solely on market predictions is enough to put you at disadvantage. Just like flipping a coin, you only have a 50-50 probability to win, which is not even an advantage to you. If you still trade without a systematic game plan, considering factors like the commission fees, short fees, and the minor mistakes that you make, it will leave you in a vulnerable position. So, by neglecting your game plan, you are simply not taking advantage of the positive expectancy given by your strategy in the long run. This is why you should always focus on your game plan and follow it accordingly. Imagine if you keep eliminating every factor that caused your losing trade. Do you think that you would have a good trading game plan? It's quite impossible for that to happen. You need to understand that a good trading system comes with both losing and winning. After you have backtested your strategy and your system, you should have the data of your system to see whether this system can give you the positive expectancy in the long run or not. If this is a strategy that played well during your backtesting, then why when it comes to real trading you can't even do that? Because your emotion, your psychological, all that come into a factor. So always follow your game plan and never follow your emotion. The problem with trading is you can follow your game plan for a while, but most people they can't follow it in the long term. Now imagine this situation: we have 100 people. If you give them a profitable system, 100 of them they can execute it for a month. But then after 6 months, maybe 50 of them left. After 1 year, 10 of them left. And then in the end, only 5% or even 1% who can only last in that game. That is why following your game plan is very important. You shouldn't ever let your emotion interfere your trading game plan. You know that going full margin isn't the right thing to do. Why you should do that? You know that overtrading is the wrong thing to do and why you should do that. 2 to 3 losing trades don't mean anything, or even a period of losing streaks. It doesn't mean anything. What is more important is in that period of losing streak, can you still execute what your game plan says? If you can do that, then yeah, it's a good thing for you to do as a trader. Because most people when they face losing streak, they start to have emotions, they start to lose their mind and entering full lot size, want their money back, a lot of these problems. So in order to eliminate all these little problems or your emotions, the psychology problems, all you need to do is follow your game plan always. Many traders make the mistake of justifying every win and loss. This mindset itself is flawed. Sometimes the trade is simply right or wrong. There is no need to over explain. If it's right, then it's right. If it's wrong, then it's wrong. Very simple as that. Remember, trading is about probability, not certainty. The market is unpredictable. Don't predict, always follow your game plan. If this video helps you, please don't forget to drop a like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.